first half trail marathon. I was in the top 5 for half of the race, and at the halfway point I bogged out. I had to take 30 minutes to recover while everybody else was they just kept going, because I felt like I was capable of keeping up with them for the first half. I couldn't keep up with the same pace that they were running, and that killed me. That's why I didn't get the time that I was happy with, because I tried to push and I tried to keep up with the front of the pack, and I wasn't experienced enough. Yeah, fuck me. I remember that was scary. Yeah, because you're in the middle of the woods, in the middle of Bear Mountain. Both my quads and my hamstrings locked up at like mile 9, and I could not walk. And like there were people that were passing me that were like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm good." Like my legs are just not working right now. And then when you're in the middle of the woods at, you know, the halfway point of a race, the only way out is through. Like you have to nut up and get through the rest of the race. You can't just turn around and go back. You have to finish. And that's the part of, you know, Leadville 100 in particular, like a 100-mile race. You're at mile 50, mile 60. Like you still have to come. It's a down and back race. You have to come back down the mountain to the finish line. It's not a loop, and that's what makes Leadville so special. It really is. It's a down and back. You got to climb up to the top. You got to come back down. Welcome back to another episode. We're here in Iron Volcano. Pretty grueling week. Looking it over last night. Today is Tuesday, so I was able to deep dive into the program after yesterday's workout. Just 3 to 6 miles yesterday, nothing really big. Today, back in the gym. And we're hitting some upper body today. My legs need a little bit of a rest. But this week we have a big trail run on Friday. I think it's 12 to 15. I gotta check again. So legs, gonna kind of try to take it a little bit easy on my legs because I want that run to be at a great pace. I wanna make sure that run is like the highlight of my week. So one thing that, other than coming up here to see Damien's beautiful face, is that Iron Vol New York doesn't have incline treadmills yet. They're coming. We ordered the NordTrack ones, the 40% incline treadmills. So when I come up here, I usually start on here for about 10 or 15 minutes. When we get those treadmills in, I already know I looked a little bit ahead. We have workouts on those power treadmills that are like 3 hours long, 3 to 6 hours. So I'm excited for that. Already just at 15% incline, I already start to feel it. But like I said, we got upper body day today. Gonna try to recover the legs as best we can for that Friday lift, for that Friday run, I should say. And I feel great. No complaints, nothing hurts. Nothing really, you know, to talk about other than I'm just enjoying it. Today, we got some push press. We got some dumbbell incline. We got some accessories. I'm excited. So, got a couple more minutes on this, and then we'll hop in there. All right, we're back here in the trail. We're changing up the location for this trail run. We are here at Graham Hills Park in Pleasantville, New York. We have a 12-mile run today, and I thought it'd be good for you guys to change up where we're running. Twin Lakes is good for low mileage, like 6 to 12 is usually what we try to do. And what I want to bring to these videos is a variety of trail running. Where we are in Westchester County, there are an abundance of trails, of completely different variety each trail. Actually, Chris and I have been coming here since we were little kids mountain biking. This is a great park. They have a skills portion over here. There's a bunch of different loops. We're going to be trying, what loop are we doing? We're doing the yellow loop. There's a 3-mile loop. And every time, just like we do at Twin Lakes, we're going to stop by, hydrate, refuel, go right back out. We may or may not switch, maybe depending on how we're feeling. If 12 miles is 12 miles, but I'd like to maybe change it up, try a different loop every single lap around. But it's pretty muggy today. The weather's, the last couple of days here has actually been pretty hot. We're hydrated. We got water. Got the Zagama 2s. Have the Speedlands. Whole crew is here. Anya's here. We're ready to rip. 12 miles. We're all gonna get 12 miles here, okay? We're all gonna get 12 miles. So we're gonna finish this Transparent Labs hydrate, and then we're gonna hit the trails and then get after it. One loop in, about 2.7 miles. It was good pacing. So the difference between here and Twin Lakes is there's a lot of climbing, and it's consistent climbing. Unlike Twin Lakes, where there's really only a couple places to climb. What's also cool about this trail is there's one point when you get to the top of the hill or the top of the mountain, you can split off 3 different options. You can go down for another 5, another 1, another 2. So this time around, we're gonna push the pace a little bit, trying to do more of a linear sprint or linear run, and then walk the climbs or just gently jog the climbs, just to try to pick up the pace. So far, last video, I talked about the Zagama 2s. I love them a lot. I really, really like them. He's rocking the Speedlands, trying them out. One thing that I will say about these that I wasn't able to test at Twin Lakes versus test now is these rocks. You really do feel every rock. No carbon plate in these. Like, show the rock garden right here. So that feet have been taking a lot of abuse on a couple of those spots because there's a lot of that on this trail in particular. We're in it for 12 miles, so there's a lot of flexibility with the routes that we're picking. But every single loop will end up here. Top off hydration, fuel, whatever we need, and then keep going. So let's pop off for this second loop. We're making slow time, so come on, let's go. That was our second loop. We're at 5 1/4, hour 20 in. Big difference between here and Twin Lakes, 100%. Elevations, big difference, but it's super cool because I've been riding this exact loop my whole life as a kid, but on a bike. It's a completely different type of trail. Different lines, different flow, versus now where, you can throttle, you can walk. Nobody wants to walk on the bike. But everything that, is usually easy on the bike, is a lot harder running. We're about halfway done. I don't know if he's coming this next one. Who's complaining? There's one loop when you're about 2 miles in. You can go another 5 to 6 miles, which I'd like to do, but I don't know the trail. So he's gonna set me up with all trails so that I can go and just bang out this next loop. But I'm gonna take a go gel. You guys enjoying the car?
It's super nice.
I got an update. It said the air conditioning was full blast.
Yep. Maxed. Front and back.
On the second loop, what I was thinking to myself was, it's so much better for me when I don't know the trail and I don't know what's coming, because then I'm not actually pacing myself or holding back. I'm kind of just like going. Like, there was a point during that run where like I had no idea where we were going, and I just trusted him and I was just going. And then there were points where he would pull up and I'd be like, okay, this is a place to pull up. Sometimes it's better to have the unknown when you're training, because you don't know what your threshold is. Like here, I'm about to go. I have absolutely no idea which way I'm going. Or I have a rough idea of where I'm going, but I don't know, off the back of my hand exactly where to turn, exactly where to go, exactly where to pull up, exactly where to push through, which is good. It's also bad. There's a lot of bad to that, but solo run, so if I get lost, only one place I could be. Do it sick, he said. Do it sick. I can do it sick. I am sick. Sick in the head. Got lost, but shout out All Trails for being an amazing tool for any trail sport. It's got every single trail uploaded, and it's got pinpoint accuracy to keep you on the trail, especially trail running alone. It's a great tool. Definitely check it out. So, one thing that I talk about so far every episode is finding balance in the trail. So, on my first ever trail run, by mile 9, my quads and my hamstrings had both locked up. I didn't check my ego from the very beginning, and I quickly learned that in this sport in particular, ego gets you killed. Ego makes you lose. Check the ego at the door. So on a lot of these runs where the trail spikes in elevation, finding balance of when to push, when to pull back, when to find an easier pace, when to push through with a faster pace is the key. It's easier to do when you're not running with a group. So the group stayed back for this one lap, which means I can go at my own pace instead of worrying about the guys behind us or the guys in front of us. It's good to run with a group, but sometimes solidarity is the best for training. So we're gonna finish this loop up, get back to the car, hydrate, and then we should have one more loop to go. Let's go.
Got lost?
No, there's no such thing as getting lost. It's finding a new route. All right, Mark, bounce. We gotta make up trail time. 7, I have 5 more. So, just get me. Listen, come on, you can do it. How many miles do you have on your watch? All right, come on, you can do it. Let's go. We'll just do a nice pace. Listen, the time's already fucked up. We're already an hour 45 in. Feel good. $10 miles at Graham Hills. New trail. Not really new trail, but good pace. That is a really good workout. You could tell by, I look like I jumped in the pool. Great pace, great workout. I'd love to implement this place more into the workout, into our programming. I love this place. Yeah. So we did the blue and yellow loop, or the yellow loop with the uplift blue or uplift yellow. Every loop came out to about 2.5 miles. So I just finished with the pink trail. Pink trail was about a mile. It was a mile loop because I started here at 9 Came back at 10. All in all, great. I feel great. Feet feel great, legs feel great. My lungs are never really the issue on these runs. It's more my feet. How do you feel?
The same. Honestly.
The same? Yeah, and that's the one thing that a lot of people don't understand is, you know, you could be the best conditioned, the best road runner. You could run ultra road marathons. The trail is really where your whole body gets tested. You could have the best endurance in the world. When you get caught on some of these climbs, your legs take a beating. It's finding that balance that I always talk about. It's finding the balance, when to push, when to pull back, when to have a nice pace, when to, you know, continue pushing your pace.
The downwind is tricky too.
Yeah, the uphill and the downhill.
It could be kind of like
Yeah, especially here.
throw around the rocks a little bit, and that kind of like takes a toll on your legs rolling the floor.
Yeah, that's where finding the right line on the trail, it matters, because, you know, you might pick the hardest possible line on one of the parts of the trail. You're beating your legs up, you're eating away at your body, when you could find an easier route or an easier part of the trail, easier line. But all in all, this was the highlight of the week. I've been looking forward to this day. 10 miles, 15-13 pace, 2.5 hours in. Feel great. Excited for the off day tomorrow and to get back at it next week. Maybe next week we'll try a different trail, mix it up. But other than that, I think we're probably gonna end the video here. If you guys like these videos for this Road to Leadville series, make sure you guys subscribe, follow us on Instagram, leave a comment down below. If you guys have any questions, I'd love to do like a Q&A thing, see what you guys think of the series and what you guys think of the training that we're doing. Other than that, see you guys next week. Let's go home. Hit the ice bath.